I'm sorry if these videos that I've put up for the weekly readings are not terribly helpful. I can see why they may not be. Um, Maybe they never are. I don't know in any of the classes I do them for, but I'll tell you why I mention it here is because I'm consciously restraining myself from saying too much about these readings. And of course, that does leave you more or less on your own resources, which is fine. I mean, you're a smart person. You can read this stuff and understand it and think about it. But I do feel that, you know, I, maybe there's some things I could say that might be helpful, but that would be doing the work for you. Let me just tell you this excerpt from the beginning of Descartes' Meditations, 1639. Maybe one of the most famous things ever written in the history of philosophy. And by the time you get to the end of this reading, which breaks off in the middle of meditation 2, second meditation, but it represents a certain trajectory of thinking, a certain path of thinking that begins in a certain way, and I won't point out what that is, with a certain decision to do something, and then ends up at a certain point. Now, of course, the meditations, there's 6 of them. It goes on for a lot longer. This whole project that he's engaging in the book as a whole is a larger project than what he's doing here in the first couple of chapters or meditations. But that's okay. We're not trying to understand all of Descartes. We're trying to understand or trace a certain path of thinking that he engages in here in the beginning. And I think where he ends up is a very famous place, but kind of answers his question. So again, I know you can always call me, email me if you'd like to talk about the reading. It's fine. If you're having trouble with the reading, you should always call me, as I've said, or contact me somehow. But I don't want to say too much about this reading because I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give you my interpretation of it when the whole point is for you to develop your own. And, what is Descartes where does he arrive at? What is his main conclusion here? And how does he get there? That's really up to you. But it's just a wonderful, as I said, in many ways, this is critical reasoning as philosophical reasoning, or philosophical reasoning or philosophy itself as critical reasoning. Is really the theme of the course, and what I've given you are really some of the greatest hits in the history of Western philosophy, widely construed to include people like Darwin, let's say. But this is really one of the highlights, this section from Descartes.